Good morning, this is Kellyland on the go, with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
The Roberts County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help in finding a dangerous man.
Authorities say Jordan Bedell Jr. is wanted in connection to an armed robbery and assault. Officials say it happened around noon Wednesday at a convenience store in Roberts County.
The Sheriff's Office says Bedell allegedly pulled a BB gun on the clerk and demanded money. Bedell then allegedly hit the clerk in the face and shot BBs at him.
Bedell was on patrol at the time of this incident. If you see him, do not approach him. Call 911 or the Roberts County Sheriff's Office.
Sioux Falls police are searching for a man after he allegedly shot another man in the leg.
According to the police department, around 9:30 a.m. Wednesday, a couple met with a man north of downtown and allegedly got into an argument. That's when police say the man then shot the victim in the leg.
The 39-year-old man was sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
A 20-year-old Pennsylvania man is in prison after shooting a man in rural Lincoln County.
A judge handed Victor Rios an 18-year sentence for attempted murder and aggravated assault. Last April, Rios and 3 others received marijuana from a 24-year-old in western Sioux Falls, but they drove off without paying for it.
The 24-year-old followed them in a car to rural Lincoln County. Rios shot the 24-year-old man in the head. The man survived but had a bullet lodged in his brain.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Mundt. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, everybody. We continue to follow these scattered showers that we have for this morning across northeastern South Dakota as well as southeastern Kellyland. They'll try to go away as we do go through the morning hours, but we can see some redevelopment later this afternoon. Right along Interstate 29, areas to the east, better chance to see a couple of scattered showers and isolated thunder showers, as temperatures today will reach the 60s and 70s, and tonight will probably fall to the 50s in many locations. I'll have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. A local entrepreneur has now opened a coffee shop in Sioux Falls.
Shaw Afruzi opened Voodoo Coffee inside the Hillcrest Plaza, where he also owns the Shopping Cart and Neon Casino.
He says he wanted to start a business that can represent his world travels.
I've traveled a lot of places and I've seen a lot of cultures and different places that I've visited. I wanted to bring something different to Sioux Falls, a different type of vibe, different type of connection to meet with people, and I just fell in love with the craft.
Afruzi also sells supplies for hookahs at Voodoo Coffee, and though you cannot smoke in the location, he hopes to have a patio at his next place that would allow for that.
He has also created an app for Voodoo Coffee that people can place orders on.
Today will be the second day of the state softball tournament.
Yesterday, softball fans may have noticed the games weren't as crowded. That's because only Class AA is playing in Sioux Falls this year.
We've been in Aberdeen for the last 2 years with all 3 classes, and I think to start it was more of a function of keeping them all together so that as an office we were all in one spot and just getting our feet under us and making sure we got the state tournament running as we wanted to do it and work out the kinks.
One softball parent said that in previous years, having all 3 classes in Aberdeen led to fully booked hotels and overcrowded restaurants.
Nearly 7 years ago, a jumbo airship took flight over Sioux Falls. It was in town as part of a promotion with Graham Tire in June of 2018.
Chief photojournalist Kevin Kiergaard was able to take a ride aboard the blimp. The jumbo airships became a fixture looming large over major sporting events since flying above the 1955 Rose Bowl.
The tire maker celebrated the 100th anniversary of its iconic airships on Wednesday. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check of your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, watching your weather for the weekend. Let's take a look at today. We've got temperatures climbing into the 70s. The clouds are still, for the most part, a big story. We've got some sunshine, though, in northwest South Dakota. We've had some clearing, and, of course, the morning temperatures have been pretty cool. We've been down as low as 40 or 41 up around Buffalo. That's pretty chilly now for the 6th of June. I do expect low 70s, though, and these little shower patches can regenerate. A couple of those in the Black Hills in southwest South Dakota, and even around Sioux Falls and Watertown and Brookings. I can't rule out a couple of these showers or late afternoon thunder showers, but they appear to be scattered So not a washout there. Now let's take a look at the weather for tomorrow morning. A couple of talking points here. I still see a little evidence of some rain chances in Nebraska. And even tomorrow morning, kind of keep an eye on Worthington and any of you watching us in southwest Minnesota, northwest Iowa. There could be a couple of pockets of showers still trying to regenerate there during Saturday morning. That's kind of a transition process as we're pulling in a southwesterly wind. We're going to try to moderate those temperatures. The biggest effect on that will be west of Sioux Falls. We're going to pop some low 80s in the afternoon. We'll get a little instability going. And then we got a cold front that's going to be dragged down from Bismarck. And what happens there? Well, we get just enough convergence for some thunderstorm development west of Aberdeen. This zone that includes Aberdeen and Mobridge is under a marginal risk of severe weather. I think that's appropriate given the conditions that we're seeing there. So anticipate that some of this broken line activity develops on that front, and then that tries to drop southeast towards Sioux Falls, probably late in the evening. So for those that are interested in that timeline, I think a lot of it is after dark. But there's certainly some evidence to support that too here going into Sunday morning, some leftover scattered rain chances. But most of the day Sunday, couple of talking points. The wind is going to pick up 20 to 40 out of the northwest. We're going to see those temperatures likely still in the low 70s in the southeast, but we're nudging in some pretty chilly air out of Canada again here. And also the possibility of more clouds on Monday. And just, looking at that whole picture, we dropped our highs a little bit on Monday to account for that. And then I got to toss in more wind out of the northwest, 15 to 30. So if you add all those things together, not exactly a great day for going to the pool. We'll put it that way. We'll see if the pool's open. If we don't hit 70 on Monday, that could be an issue for parts of the region. However, don't get too down and out about that, because the weather forecast next week is going to warm up. We're going to get into a pretty good stretch of 80-degree weather. There could be some thunderstorm chances at the end of next week, but the bottom line is that some more heat, if you will, is coming back. We've got our highs mid-80s next week. Some of the data is even warmer than that, probably more so in the southern half of Kettleland. So you get through that stumbling block there early next week where it's a little cool at times for Aberdeen. Again, everybody will pick up some momentum. Temperatures in Pierre, there's a classic example of that evidence, 87 by Wednesday. We'll see if some midweek thunderstorms develop. That could develop in this weather pattern as well. Rapid City, too. We're going to be back in the 80s Tuesday, Wednesday. Check out more details online at kettleland.com.